So more now on another story out of North Korea. There's warnings from the UN about plummeting food production. Margareta Wahlstrom is president of the Swedish Red Cross, and she recently visited North Korea. Joins us now via Skype from Stockholm. Good to speak to you. Can you tell us what was the situation when you were there in November last year?
In November last year, we visiting rural areas. We found exactly as the signal is now. People extremely concerned that they had a drop in the harvest of about 30%, and we could see that in the food storage containers that they have. And this, of course, related to a chronic food insecurity situation in the country since many years, but also a string of disasters last summer, the heat that affected the rest of the world as well, but also some torrential rains and storms which further undercut the harvest outcome last year.
So what is the situation today, do you think? Do you think they managed to recover some of those food production sources, or did it remain worsening?
For the time being, the answer is no. There is no lightening up. I think now the hope is that the very recent rains in February might have improved the harvest outcomes, but it's really too early to say. And this isn't the...
Unfortunately, we've lost the line there to Margareta Wahlstrom. Can you still hear me? I'm just wondering, you had a chance, Margareta, fantastic. You had a chance to speak to many ordinary North Koreans when you were there. It's not something that many people get a chance to do. What were they telling you?
Well, we did meet people in the rural areas, and they reflect the concerns of after the destruction of the disasters, also lack of clean water, the combination of lack of clean water, basic medical supplies, and of course food insecurity are the three components that make this situation very fragile for people, many people, as you can see, up to 11 million people in North Korea.
And I know I sort of touched on this before, but do we expect the situation to worsen? Are we looking at the food insecurity to increase as time goes on? Because we know that North Korea has suffered from devastating famines in the past.
The current situation, the external situation with the country being under sanctions, of course, limits the possibility of a steady improvement in food security. But the humanitarian aid, the humanitarian assistance provided by UN, Red Cross and other agencies is a kind of lifeline that supports many people and is important to sustain, even though the financial support to this has declined over the past 8 years. So I don't believe that under the current circumstances, any sustained improvement beyond the harvest
Okay.
Or unless the situation changes drastically.
Okay. Margareta Wahlstrom, thanks very much for taking the time to join us there from Stockholm. And apologies to our viewers for the poor quality of that connection.